everyone, and welcome to Sleepytime Stories. I'm Ray. We're here to help you relax and enter into a calmer state of mind. Whether you're getting ready to go to sleep, or maybe you're doing laundry, or taking a walk or something, just as long as you're not driving a vehicle or operating any heavy machinery, we want to help you get into a very calm and relaxed state of mind. Now, remember, I record these in English for the original version. So if you're watching in another language, the grammar may not be exactly right because it was generated by artificial intelligence. So please be patient if the words aren't exactly the way you would say them. Also, remember that once a month, we take one of our subscribers and we contact you and we create a custom Sleepy Time story just for you that includes your name and two other significant people in your life and a topic that you would like to hear about for a Sleepy Time story. So please like and subscribe, sign up for your notifications, and please share all of this great, relaxing content with us now. Today's story is called The Great Coffee Brew-Off. Are you a coffee drinker? I am. It was another Tuesday morning in the bustling offices of Stonebridge Consulting, and the smell of freshly brewed coffee wafted through the air. The break room, usually a quiet refuge for a quick snack or a moment to check emails, had transformed into the scene of a brewing battle. Literally, at the center of all stood Janet and Tom, the undisputed aficionados of the office. Janet preferred a rich, bold, dark roast that could practically stand up on its own, while Tom swore by a lighter, more subtle medium roast, in his words, that brought out the true essence of the bean. Their different tastes had long been a point of contention in the office, but today it was coming to a head. This was no ordinary coffee debate. This was the great coffee brew-off. Now, Janet, standing confidently next to her French press, flashed a grin at Tom and said, "You ready to lose, Tom?" Tom, positioned at the counter with his trusty pour-over setup, smirked back, "I'll let the coffee do the talking, Janet. Once people get a taste of this medium roast, they'll never go back to that burnt sludge that you call coffee." Okay, folks, before we get into our story again, let's take a moment and we're going to take two deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Ready? Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. But this time, just as you're breathing in and exhaling, just imagine that you're releasing any stuck energy, any tension, any of those challenges of strife that you're dealing with in your life. You're going to exhale those, right? Okay, so you're going to breathe in through your nose and let it go out through your mouth, all right? We're all reaching a deeper state of calm. Inhale and exhale. The rest of the office had gathered around, mugs in hand, eager to see how this all played out. It had been a slow week at work, and the impromptu coffee showdown had quickly become the most exciting event on the calendar. Now, in any office, there are always a few things that spark you to debate, right? Like thermostat settings and lunch spots, or where's the best glass of wine? And of course, coffee preferences. And then in this Stonebridge consulting office, no big debate was more serious than the one between Janet and Tom. They'd been going back and forth for months, each convinced that their brewing method and their choice of beans was superior. But today, the office would settle the score. So Janet carefully scooped her finely ground dark roast into the French press, pouring hot water over it, and watching as the grounds bloomed. She gave it a gentle stir before placing the lid on. She said casually, a French press brings out the oil and the richness of the beans. It's the perfect method for a bold roast like this. But Tom was unfazed. He was in the middle of his own process, methodically pouring hot water over his medium roast grounds in slow, steady circles. The coffee dripped through the filter into the carafe below, each drop filling the room with a slightly sweeter aroma. Sure, if you want a cup of oil, Tom shot back with a grin. Pour over is about clarity. It lets you taste the nuances of coffee without overwhelming your palate. Now, the spectators, office workers from marketing, HR, and even accounting, watched with amusement as the brewing process unfolded. Maya, who was from human resources, leaned over to whisper to her colleague Pete, I have no idea how to tell if coffee is nuanced or not. I just drink it to stay awake. Pete chuckled, yeah, same here. But this is at least more fun than last quarter's budget meeting. Okay, let's take some more deep breaths before we get back to our story. This time, we're going to take 3 deep breaths. Same thing, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through your mouth. And each time when you exhale, you imagine any stuck energy or any of the challenges of the day just being released. Okay? Breathe in through your nose and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time, smile when you exhale. Okay, breathe in through your nose and exhale, ending with that smile. All right, you're getting more deeply relaxed as a sense of calm is overtaking your entire being. Back to our story. It wasn't just about the coffee anymore. This was about office pride, about who could brew the perfect cup that would win over even the most casual coffee drinker. But for Janet and Tom, it was a matter of principle and maybe just a little bit of ego. What do you think? Little bit of ego? I think there's probably a lot of ego. Well, after what felt like an eternity, but it was really only a few minutes, Janet pressed down on the French press with a practiced hand ready to taste. Ready to taste what real coffee should taste like? She asked, pouring her brew into small sample cups. But Tom, not missing a beat, finished his pour over and handed out his own samples. Tom said, I think you'll find this is the perfect balance. Smooth, rich, but not overpowering. The crowd gathered around each person, grabbing a cup of Janet's brew in one hand and Tom's in the other. There was a moment of silence as they sipped, their expressions shifting from curiosity to thoughtful consideration. Okay, Maya said, looking between her 2 cups. Janet's has a strong, bold flavor. Definitely wakes you up. But Tom's is smoother. I can actually taste, is that caramel? Janet rolled her eyes playfully. It's not caramel. That's just what happens when you go too late on the roast. Tom laughed. Or when you let the bean speak for itself, Janet. Now, as more of the office weighed in, the reviews were mixed. Some preferred Janet's strong, rich brew. It was the kind of coffee that jolted you awake and kept you going through endless spreadsheets. Others leaned towards Tom's smooth and more delicate cup. It was less aggressive, but still packed with flavor. Pete, who had been skeptical the whole event, finally chimed in. I don't know, they're both good, but I think I like Janet's better. It's stronger, more wake me up right now or else. Maya shook her head. Nah, I'm with Tom. This has layers, like it's just more than coffee. It's an experience. The votes continued to roll in, and each one added to the tension. Janet and Tom stood by trying to act casual, but it was clear. that both were invested in the outcome. Now, before we get to the winner of the great coffee brew-off, let's go ahead and take one more rounds of breaths. This time, we're going to inhale for a count of 3, hold it for a count of 3, and then exhale for a count of 3. Now, we're going to do that 3 times, and you're going to find that each breath cycle is going to help you get more deeply, deeply relaxed as you drift into a gentle state of sweet relaxation. Ready? 3 breaths. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 3. Hold 2, 3. Exhale 2, 3. Inhale 2, 3. Hold 2, 3. Exhale 2, 3. One more time, and remember to smile after you exhale. It's time. Ready? Inhale 2, 3. Hold 2, 3. And exhale 2, 3. And smile. Okay, back to the story. Finally, after the last sip was taken, Jamie, the office manager and designated impartial judge, cleared her throat. All right, everyone, it looks like we've got a tie. The room fell silent. A tie. No one had expected that. Not Janet, not Tom, and certainly not the rest of the office, who had been hoping for a clear winner and maybe some bragging rights to carry through the week. Janet blinked and laughed, shaking her head. A tie? Seriously? Tom smirked. Well, guess we'll just have to keep brewing, won't we? But Jamie, ever the diplomat, raised her hands. Hey, maybe it's a good thing. It means we've got 2 great coffee options in the office. No need to choose one over the other. The tension in the room eased since the office workers shrugged and went back to their desk, carrying their mugs with them. The debate might not have had a clear winner, but it certainly brought a little excitement to the day. And in the end, the coffee brew-off wasn't who brewed the better cup of coffee. That's not really what it was about. It was about the fun of friendly competition, the joy of sharing a little banter, and the fact that no matter what, the office had 2 passionate coffee enthusiasts ready to keep the caffeine flowing. And as the crowd dispersed, our friends, Janet and Tom, stood side by side, sipping their respective brews. You know, Janet said after a pause, yours wasn't half bad. Tom grinned. Same goes for yours, Janet. Still, too strong, though. Too strong for you, maybe, she shot back with a wink. And so the great coffee brew-off came to an end, at least for now. There would be more debates, more brews, and more playful jabs. But for Janet and Tom, that was just part of the fun. After all, in the world of coffee, there was always room for another cup. The end. So, hey, may you have a relaxed and calm rest of your day, or a wonderful sleep if you're doing that. But tell us in the comments, what do you prefer? Full-bodied coffee, light-bodied, medium roast? Are you a coffee drinker? Or what would you rather have than coffee? Also, give us some suggestions for other sleepy time stories that you would like to hear. And please do like and subscribe. As we pick our winner once a month, it may be you to get your own sleepy time story. So thank you, everyone. I'm Ray, and until the next story, peace, and may you be calm.